Rastafari. Give thanks for everyone and everyone and everyone. This is the first year's Vensis Witness. Give thanks. Radiant Sun. 9. Give thanks. I'll take my 2 minutes, man. Don't worry. Or my 3 minutes. Jonathan Abyssinia, greetings and blessings. Yes, give thanks, Honorable. Yes, Honorable. I am sitting by. Give thanks. Yes, we're about to go live, so give thanks for everyone that is with us as we're about to go live shortly. Rastafari. Giving thanks for life. A good big God bless you for sharing all your knowledge. Yeah. Ahilen. Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life given. We give thanks for this evening. We give thanks for this our program, Livitea. That is a program that is aired live on HTS Helen Television service here in St. Lucia, and also a program that is live on our Instagram and also live on our YouTube. Give thanks for all those of you who are with us this evening. Give thanks for those people who have joined us. Eve Mendez, blessings. How is the I am blessed. Nika Skin to live forever. My energy, brother. Give thanks. A good book one. Hello, Honorable. God bless you for sharing your knowledge. Give thanks for the blessings. Omega Music 758. Give thanks for just joining in. Positive KQ. Blessed. Street Smart 96. Blessed love. Honorable. Greetings. Hail highly. Mati 55. God bless. Rastafari. TK Pretty. Give thanks. Jonathan Abyssinia. Amubeni Mosenier. One Guas. Radiant Sun. Blessed love. Honorable. Give thanks. KG273, give thanks. Vensis Witness, greetings. Go, greetings to you also, beloved. Give thanks. Aitalban, bendiciones, Honorable. Bendiciones. Sketch Bash Mentat, blessings to you and to all, Honorable. Give thanks. Rastafari. Give thanks for all those people who are with us. I'm the guy. 758, blessings. Donna Anderson's blessed love, Honorable. Greetings to your family and the people of St. Lucia, Heart of Love, SSNNSSBB. Blessed love, Honorable, from Shahibra, I and Ija, Rastafari. Lion Swanson, blessed love. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Lil Alcaliente. It's an honor to be producing Livitea once again. Oh, give thanks, blessed love, honorable Rastafari. Give thanks for all those who are with us. Give thanks for all those people who have actually just joined us, and give thanks for those of you who are with us live on Helen Television System, as it is a program that is aired live right here in St. Lucia for our St. Lucian people. And what I would like to start on this dawn setting this evening, this 9 o'clock hour, is to start on. It's something. We're not discussing tea really. Yes, Livitea is still Livitea. What we are going to be talking about principally today is the fact that in St. Lucia, what has happened is that I was driving today this morning early, and I, for some reason, just decided to listen to the news. Most times I don't listen to the news, the local news and these type of news, because for me, like, the news is always the same thing, the same set of sad stories, and nothing, really progressive to tell you about anything that's happening that is really constructive. News is just somebody was shot, or somebody did this, or somebody did that, or this politician said this, and this politician said that, and yeah. Whatever a sad story is, nothing really constructive. We don't highlight, we have death announcement, and we don't have any life announcement. If I have a TV station or a radio station or any media center, I would have live announcement. I wouldn't only have death announcement. I would say, oh, it gives us, for death announcement, they would say, oh, it is with great sadness that we bring you the death of and then, okay, all right, then you go into this whole sinky little thing of depression and anxiety, and because you hate that somebody die, and you're sitting at your home and you're watching all these people die, and they have to get buried, but yet still, there are plenty of people who were born today, and then we're not reporting it. So why is it that you're not reporting? Say, oh, with great pleasure, we welcome into the world young Prince Menen, young Princess Menen, or young Prince Jaja, or young Prince, or something, and then we actually celebrate the coming into being, the incarnation of the people who are actually created. Yet still everything you hear on news is sad story, and this one did this, and this politician stole money here, and sad story. Okay, all right. So we should be saying, oh, it brings us great pleasure to say that today we have 5 new souls coming into the realms here in St. Lucia. And we give thanks, and we pray that the Creator, the ancestors, guide them into these realms. And we want that we have 5 people who would like to actually pledge their spiritual guidance over these 5 souls. So contact, and then you see we go on them kind of levels there. But anyway, give thanks for all the new lives who came into being this day today. And also what we're saying is that today I was listening to some really it was very distressing news, and distressing in the sense that I was de-stressing. It was not that that I was really stressing about it. It's just that sometimes you just hear some foolishness, and then you say, but what kind of ignorance is that? This is sheer, like, I don't even know the English word for that. Something that is probably really insultive. I don't know if idiotic is a word, or something that is, I don't even know the word to describe that. But what they were saying on the radio station I was listening to, it's the same radio station aligned with this TV station I'm on right here right now. they were giving the news on the fact that there was a sugar shortage in St. Lucia. And I'm saying, well, they say, well, there's a sugar shortage in St. Lucia. Now listen to this, you know. I really want our people, you know, to take some time out and to really think about our predicament as a people on the whole, you know. And I want people to be ready to actually step into their power, to take responsibility for their future and for their own destiny. And don't think that they are victims of a system and they're powerless, you know. And the thing about it is that a lot of our people just are like parasites, man. They don't even sit down and consider what is it that they can give to any cause. They just there like mosquitoes, and they want to just come and just want to suck, you know, or like a worm, a tapeworm, or a lookworm, or a lungworm, or a ringworm, or candida, you know, or some kind of thing, you know, or even like a virus, some kind of herpes, or people behave like all these type of diseases because they want to come and they just want to suck and they just want to destroy, and yet still they don't see what is it that they could actually contribute towards society. So there was this sister there who I think she is some, I can't remember her portfolio, her specific title, you know, but what they were saying is that they said that St. Lucia has no sugar. It's a sugar shortage. So they can't get sugar Guyana, and they can't get sugar, but they're getting some white sugar from Belize or Brazil or one of them. And then now they are contacting Britain, the United Kingdom, and for sugar. I say, but what type of politicians and what type of technocrats and people we have working in the public service? You know, what type of thing is that? You know, you're talking about a country, St. Lucia, right, that used to be a sugar cane grower during our time of chattel slavery. We are talking about countries within the Caribbean. You have like Little Barbados that has just turned to like Big Barbados, is now a republic, you know, and used to literally be providing all the sugar for Britain, you know. And right now St. Lucia is actually, I mean, I think that our leaders, you know, should be ashamed of themselves, you know. I mean, in slavery, where people had to be whipped and beaten and live in cages and live like and treated like animals and castrated and fed intestines and skin of animals and all different type of things. You know, in these times, we were providing, the Caribbean was actually providing sugar for the entire of Europe, you know, and also North America. You know, I mean, in North America is more things like cotton and them type of things that they just want, they used to. I mean, come on, I mean, St. Lucia, all the Roseau and Balambush and all them big flat lands, all them cul-de-sac and all these areas them, and people literally used to be farming, you know, hundreds acres of sugar, and then processing the sugar, right, and exporting the sugar up to a day like today. I mean, the best quality sugar from Barbados. You know, when somebody tell you that they're going to Barbados, that means that they're going to enslave you. You know, they're going to ship you from a place to a place and then send you on a different side, right? So during slavery time, we were able to produce enough sugar to be able to ship sugar to all North America and to the United Kingdom. Right now, we are independent of the IMF and also on independence of all this of the Taiwanese, and we are independent of the Chinese and independence of the Americans and independence of all these different type of people. I mean, we independent, not like we are independent or we are not dependent on, we still independent, like beggars and things, going to every little country begging people for money and all them different type of things there. When we at a point in time used to be planting sugarcane, making sugar, making molasses, and using the same things to make our own rum and whatever else that we were doing in these countries. So you are telling me now, a day like today, you have to tell me now you are going into England to import sugar into St. Lucia? Should be ashamed of yourself, man. Come on, I mean, what for the past 50 years have our ministers of agriculture been doing? What for the past 50 years have all these different people who've been coming into power doing? I mean, come on, why is it that at the age that we are as a nation, right, we have to be, you don't have sugar, and you have to go to England for sugar? So what happened to all the lands that used to be, that our ancestors used to be whipped and beaten just to fuck up and plow up and dig up and water up and among snakes and all type of things to actually plant sugar cane and process and make sugar? So you mean to tell me now that if we have a need for sugar, that as a country, right, you have to be running all around the place. Remember, we used to be the producers. I mean, the Caribbean was known for sugar cane. I mean, that's why they say we have so much diabetes, we have so much of this, and we have so much of that, because of the sugar. Right? So why is it that it cannot be a policy or an interest of the people responsible for the country's governance to ensure that enough cane is actually planted just to actually produce enough sugar? I mean, this is so ridiculous, man. I don't know. I listened to that news item and I was saying, but I mean, people, you actually telling me that you are going to go to Britain for sugar? It's like saying now, in 10 years' time, St. Lucia used to be exporting bananas to everywhere, right? And it's like you telling me that oh, St. Lucia have no bananas, you have no red bananas there in St. Lucia because you stop exporting the banana to the United Kingdom, right? To Britain. Now, you now don't want to plant bananas again for your own consumption. So, you don't want to plant banana for your own consumption, so you say now 5 years from now, or even less than that, you're going to say, well, we don't have bananas in St. Lucia. We have to get some bananas from Brazil, and bananas from Costa Rica, and bananas from Peru, and bananas from here. You have to be importing bananas when that means that you must be growing bananas. If it is that soon time to come, you are going to be asking to import bananas from Britain. You're going to say, well, we have to get some bananas from Tesco and all these different little places there, and you have to literally import bananas from the same country to sell bananas too. What kind of mentality is it that our politicians have? When you would say, well, okay, I'm just saying that you could say that for food security purposes, that at least if it is that we were shipping enough sugar, bags and sacks and containers and ships of sugar, if not as an individual country, but as a community of CARICOM, you mean to tell me that you cannot buy your own sugar from Barbados or from St. Kitts or from Antigua or from any of these countries? You mean to tell me that the gringos, the Wazungu, right? The same people who used to be our slave masters, right? Have twisted your little testicles so much. They hold your little testicles and squeeze it and spin it around. And you have no testicles, no balls as they would say, no gonads to actually initiate policies that are for the upliftment and the benefit of your people. So in 2021, you literally have to be begging the same countries that we used to be exporting sugar to during slavery to basically supply us with sugar. I'm not a sugar user. I'm not a sugar user. And it's not just about music forever. It's not about honey or about dates or about any other things there. It's the principle of it that if it is that we are doing something for somebody else, it's okay. But to plan and organize and do it for ourselves is a problem. That's why up to a day like today, they will say, well, oh, I don't know why the government don't fix the roads for the tourists. You know, so people are complaining that oh, look at the state of the road. The roads are so bad. And we are tourist destination. What would happen to the tourists when they come? And the roads are so bad. So the roads are not bad for the local people, for the national people, for the people born in St. Lucia to drive comfortably, you know. The roads, people will be concerned about how bad the roads are for the tourists. People will be concerned how bad the crime situation is for the tourists. So, boy, you have so much crime. No more tourists are going to come to the country. I say, So these people don't realize that when a youth man gets shot, it's somebody's son or somebody's nephew or somebody's whatever that gets shot. These people don't realize that the person that gets arrested is also somebody's child. So people don't realize that as a people, that we're supposed to have programs to meet our own needs as a people. So why is it that no one found it necessary to say that they are organizing a strategy specifically to plant sugarcane then? Okay, all right. So you're telling me that you have to be begging all countries for sugar today. I'm talking about St. Lucia, right? We're begging people for sugar because they don't have no sugar. And I mean, a country that used to be so highly rated with diabetes, and people that sit down and listen to that news, you know, people that be quarreling for sugar, you know. Not that I'm a sugar eater, right? Not that I'm a sugar. Remember, you know, we are just using the sugar as an example. So there is so much sugar shortage that they have to be thinking of getting beet sugar. Processed, I even heard on the news item that they're talking about processed sugar. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Why is it that as a people, we cannot organize ourselves enough to say, well, you plant enough sugar cane to be able to produce enough sugar for yourself? So during slavery, you could have planted the cane. You could have harvested the cane. You could have processed the cane. You could have made the sugar. You could have made the wet sugar, the molasses sugar, right? You could have made the crystalline sugar and export it. But now that you're out of slavery, you can't do it for your own self. What kind of thing is that? What type of mentality is that? And we are in a time when you have a lot more machinery. So you have a lot more machinery that could actually plow acres and acres and acres of land. You have combined harvesters that could harvest all this cane. Like you say, you don't even need a whole heap of people on the plantation. You have a machine that just comes and harvests the cane. And then you have another machine that passes and processes it. You have the juice being squeezed out and whatever it is, and you make your own sugar. So why is it that we don't use our intelligence, all these degrees and all these things in agriculture, to at least plant enough sugar cane to make our own sugar, if it's sugar you want? Right? If it's sugar you want, why don't you plant your sugar cane, right? Get your machines, right? With all the increase in technology, build factories that could run eco-friendly wind turbines. They say now that wind energy is so cheap. I read an article that says that wind energy is so cheap because of innovation, because that they have been investing so much in cheap energy. Wind energy have gotten so cheap that they have to stop bringing down that level of cheapness. So it's going to be too cheap. They said that they want to stop even the innovative nature of the industry because the energy from wind is going to make it too cheap. So then that means that we can power all of our instruments, all of our equipments, all of the machines from renewable energy. So right now, it would be much easier for us to actually run a processing facility to actually make sugar. So why is it that in the age that we are in right now, in the time that we are in right now, that St. Lucia have to be buying sugar from Britain? What kind of thing is that? So any person with a bit of intelligence, a bit of, I mean, let's come on, man. You're patriotic. You know, you mean to tell me that we have come to the point that we have to buy sugar? Remember, you know, during slavery, our ancestors were whipped and beaten to plant sugarcane with cutlass and primitive instruments. Right now, with all the technology we have, all the tractors and all these big farm instruments we have to be buying, importing sugar from Britain? Man, come on, man. That's shameful. That is shameful. So much empty land you have in St. Lucia. You mean to tell me that you cannot just plant how many acres of sugarcane and then build up a factory to process the sugarcane, employ people to provide your own country with sugar? Or work with Guyana, or work with any of these other CARICOM countries to have a sugar producing machinery that provides or satisfies us in the region with all the sugar that we need. We have to be importing sugar from Britain. It's a shame, man. Come on. What happened to all of our intelligent politicians? You know, what's happening? What's going on? You know, what's going on? What about food security? You know, what about, you know, because I was saying previously that in St. Lucia, and I'm just focusing on St. Lucia on this program because, as you know, there is nothing there for the youth. Nothing at all. To say that as a youth man growing in St. Lucia, you might have an avenue probably to excel in something. You know, probably if you're in Jamaica or something, probably you might have a little athletics, as they've invested in that. Or you could have a little reggae or dancehall or some type of music that somebody might boss in it. You know, if you're in the United States of America, then you might have a little something. You could probably get your so-called American dream if you're in. But in St. Lucia, man, there is nothing. So we're supposed to be really trying to push technology and processing, you know, and just production, right? That our people could actually begin to be creative. They also can make their own flour instead of course they can make their own flour, man. They can make flour from breadfruit. They can make flour from macambu. They could make flour from all type of things. They can even plant. We can even plant the wheat, you know, because I mean, come on, it grows. We could plant wheat. We could plant the same spelt. We could plant anything, man, and make our own thing. It's just that our people are so lazy, man. People rather just sit down and get canned foods and get all different types of foolishness and get ourselves sick than just to actually be innovative and creative enough to produce their own. So I was just listening to that news and I'm saying that, hear these people, man, that we are at a point whereby we have to be importing sugar from England. Can you imagine how embarrassing this is? I don't know if anyone heard the news item. I don't know if anyone heard the news item, but I heard the news item. I saw the news item, and I was, as a man that's born right here in St. Lucia, and a man that thing. A man is saying, I heard you priest big up the government minister once on this program. These people are never to. Of course, there are ministers who are doing good, brethren. It's not that just now air to breathe will. Nah, man. There are some ministers. The minister I had bigged up the last time, I mean, the man deserves his big up. You know, I'm not talking about a person, you know, that represents a ministry. I'm talking about the principle, you know. Yeah, they're serving us, but when a man do good, we have to applaud the goodness that individual have done. So I'm saying that it was good to see the level of infrastructural development when it comes to roads that this particular minister had done in the community that I was raised up in, which is Banslagwas. You know, from my whole childhood, man, until adulthood, that road was in a deplorable state. If a man come and a man did that good, yeah, even though they should be doing it, but they're not doing it. So the man that did it, you know, I applaud Mr. Alpha's initiative, you know, and that is not because I have voted, you know, I have never voted for any politician in my life, but if a man have done good, I'm going to say that this man have done good, you know. So when I saw the level of goodness that he had done, I had to actually honor his level of goodness that he had done. And he didn't have to do it, you know, he did it, you know, that at least the farmers in that area, you know, could have had that opportunity. We put many politicians in many different places, but not for these people there have no love for the farmers. So most of the farming areas there, them roads there are condemned, they are blocked up, they are in horrible condition. So any minister or any minister of government who actually pays particular attention to the farmers, right? I give thanks for that man. And if I see a man do good, I would say he do good. The same way that I would say that they do foolishness, I would say that they do foolishness. And it is for us as a people to just be, straightforward with our brothers, and just tell them exactly what they do. Capo once said, we put him there to do it, so why don't you protest against all the people that, if you're not going to tell the man that do it, give thanks, right? Why don't you, when they don't do it, why don't you come and make sure that they do it? So why don't you make sure that those that you put to do it? So when they do it, we have to actually acknowledge the goodness that they do it. So if for instance, that the present Minister of Agriculture were to come and say, well, we are going to allocate 200 acres for the growing of sugar cane, not that I'm a sugar person, okay, but he says that we are going to allocate certain amount of land to grow sugar cane. We are going to empower our young people to go into beekeeping. We are also going to be planting some of these trees there, how you call them, different trees there, the agave trees. So we're going to begin to produce agave. We are going to plant another 50 acres of dates, and we're going to go into date sugar, just because we want more wholesome forms of sugar. And then he says, well, even when it comes to bananas, we are going to do some banana sugar. So we are going to dehydrate the bananas, and we're going to grind it, and we are going to make it into a sweetener, right? I myself would say, well, give thanks to that Minister of Agriculture for his level of creativity and how grand his ideas are. And I would have supported him, because as a man that's born in this country, I offer my assistance to the government, the politicians, even after this government came into power. I have written to several of them, even if the whole aspect of the corona, I wrote to the Minister of Health. He never returned my letter. The Minister of Health I wrote to the Minister of Health's office, and I told them, well, we want to assist you with the whole aspect of the COVID. He never returned my letter. He never returned whatever I say. And I say, well, we are willing to give our expertise free of charge, And then I said that I'm not no boy, music forever. Boy, you dreaming. I'm not no dreaming. I'm not a boy. I know if you see yourself as a boy, you know how you always speak in St. Lucia. Boy, whatever. I'm not no boy. Right? And if it is that I wrote to the Minister of Agriculture, he never respond, And I'm not dreaming, and I'm realistic, And I wrote to the CMO. She did respond and say, well, please give thanks for reaching out to us, with regards to the answer, I wrote to the minister, to the Prime Minister's office also, and they never responded to my letter. I never got a response to that letter at all. I wrote also to the Minister of Tourism. He did respond, and we've had several conversations, and I must say, give thanks to the brother. So if it is that the Minister of Tourism, has actually responded to our letters, and we have even actually given air to us and sit down and reason with us. So you mean to tell me that even if it is the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mr. Ernest Hilaire, if it is that it is not his due response, even if he was elected to do it, he don't have to come and he don't do it and thing. But all of the others were elected to do whatever they did, but they never took the time out to sit down with the priest. So I would say, well, give thanks. I did write of my intentions to assist in that particular capacity when it comes to whatever we could do for that ministry, and the minister did sit down with us. So I give thanks for that. So the same way I would say, well, I won't just be here saying, well, that minute I wrote to the Minister of Agriculture about the whole aspect of and health and this and that, but they never respond. So that's it. So just being straight and clear and all them different type of things, and it's not that we're looking for points if anyone. We are just being straightforward, because most times what these ministers does do that is that they does a lot of the ministers, they don't really see that the wealth of resources that we have indigenously within our own people, and especially because this government, is riding upon what we call the whole aspect of, people first, our people first. So the fact that there is no sugar in St. Lucia, if I was a sugar user or somebody who wants to benefit of sugar, I would have been encouraged to plant sugar cane and make sugar, or even create a syrup from sugar cane and make a syrup, right? So it gives us the opportunity to use our creativity, right, to actually create stuff that could lead to our own sustainability, whereby we don't have to depend upon a foreign state for our sugar. And worse yet, a foreign state that we use to actually export sugar to. You understand? So the fact that, don't tell me that I'm not supposed to highlight the positive works of a politician when he actually does his work. I will highlight it. Even if that I don't have any kind of links with that individual, or I don't know them, or they've done nothing. I've not received any favors from no politicians, I don't. I don't. It's just that if I see that one is doing something that is constructive, I will highlight it. And I will, because they're my brothers, they are my brothers, they are my people that I know, some of them I know very well, some of them I see them coming up. So if I see that the man is doing something good, I will compliment the man. So the same way, if I see that my brother is doing something that is not too good, I will tell him. And I won't even come on the media, because we don't even come on media and talk about politics or put down or bash anybody. We come and then we just say what we say. And then we actually honor, we give thanks for, and whoever it is that deserve it, we actually give it to them. That's it. And which is what people are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be keeping our leaders on the straight and narrow path. So at least, we could assist them. So as a St. Lucian born man, I was reincarnated in St. Lucia. When this new administration came into power, as I said, I wrote letters and I gave of myself freely. I said, well, if the deficit is $9 million, billion dollars, or $5 billion you owe, right? What can I do to assist you to make it better for my people in St. Lucia? And I will work with the government free of charge. You don't have to pay me a salary. You don't have to pay me all these big consultant fees that you just pay these wazungus and these gringos and these other people out there, as the Indians would call them, little brothers, because they come with a little tie and they pale and they white skin and whatever it is, that they're supposed to have more capacity to actually assist us as a people, and we have capacity to assist ourselves. No, I don't see it like that. I see that as a man that is born in this country, I can assist my country, and I don't need to get paid for that at all, because I, as a businessman, can do sufficiently to take care of my personal needs. You don't have to come and give me nothing under the table for me to come and do nothing for you. And I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for the prosperity. I'm doing it for the youth. I'm doing it for my children that have been born in this particular place. So you don't have to pay me to come and sit down with you and tell you, well, I think that our level, our diabetes is this and that, and we can do so and so and so and so and so and so and so. Yeah, you don't have to pay me for that. I will give that service for free. And this is something that, we have placed on the board, for all these. I've written to plenty of these ministries, man. And as I said, many of them never respond, and that's why sometimes I say, even on Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center, Mount Kailash we've been there from, I remember when the present administration, the St. Lucia Labour Party, was in power. That was about 7 years ago, right? That's when I had just gotten that property, and then I went to the present Prime Minister. You understand? He was the Minister of Infrastructure at that time, and I told him of what I wanted to do in the bushes in Mac. You know, I went there. I spoke to the minister, the honorable prime minister right now, Philippe J. Pierre. That time he was minister of infrastructure, and I said, well, look, my beloved, you know, I really like, you know, I want to do a project up in the mountains in Mac, and since you are the minister of infrastructure, and it is something that we are doing for the upliftment of the whole community, you know, so whatever it is that you could do to assist us, you know, in that development, you know, we would have been, you know, happy, because the roads going to my property is not my road. It's the road of several people. And I'm talking about, you know, more than a mile of road I'm talking about. It's like road that you have people with farms and things and people that live up in that same road, you know. And then we went to that minister from that time. Okay, after a couple of years, they lost the election, but no, nothing was done to give me no assistance in that realms there. You know, when the other ministers came, when the other minister for that area there, Guy Joseph, came into power, right? We just always invite ministers and the relative people to our functions up in the mountain. So we single-handedly, right, had to clear out the roads, build the roads, and do all type of things. You know, and what Minister Guy Joseph did in his tenure there was that provided us with an excavator a week, 7 days worth of excavation from an excavator to help to clear some aspects of the road, which is better than nothing. You understand? And then what we did, we had our materials, we dump up on the road and different aspects and all them different type, brings roller and pave and all different type of things. And you know, we cut the grass on the road the whole way. We don't wait for the minister to come and to do nothing for us. You know, and we didn't come and sit down and go and look for contract from a minister. Even right now, a day like today, the road going up into Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center, coming all the way down from I'm not talking about the road going to my property, you know. I'm telling you that you have to drive up a good 10 minutes of road before you get to my property. And we began just recently another project whereby we are paving the road with concrete strips. And it's not my home alone that's on it. There are plenty of different other people with land on the top of it. You understand? Even a young brother who just came to the spot now actually gave a bale of cement to help. You know, there's a young brother who bought some agricultural land to the top. I check him out, and then he actually gave a bale of cement. You know, it's not like we were sitting down and we're waiting for the ministers to come and do this and the ministers to come and do that. And then we got the bill of cement. I buy the ready mix and use my truck and my thing and use my excavator, whatever it is that we have, and we fix up our own roads. We're not there begging politicians to do anything. But as a business we employ up in that mountain, we employ over 40-something people. You know, over 40-something people we employ up in that mountain, apart from the fact that we have other different little businesses, other different little places. So we employ over 40-something people in the mountain. We pay NIC when we pay this and we pay that, and we make sure that we put food up on the tables of so many people that you mean to tell me that as a business in a community, that the politicians, right, should not find it fitting to at least acknowledge whatever is happening and do what they have to do for assistance. So I would have to come and ask you as a politician to come and help me build my road and all them things there. I does just come and build my own road, cut my own grass, do my own trenches and do my own thing and spend my own money and do whatever it is I have to do. If it is that you don't see what it is that you're supposed to do as a man, I'm going to do it, because I see myself as a man that is of my own government. You understand? So we say all this to say that as a people, we settle for all types of foolishness. You know, we settle for all types of foolishness. And there are plenty of times, right? There are plenty of times when it is that even the people in power, them people like, let's go on concrete road, all different types of places and all different types of things because of whatever that they do. And give that person a contract and this person a contract. and that person nothing, and this person, we don't want no contract from nobody. Right? Even when it comes to the roads that we are doing, sometimes when you call these politicians, they tell you they have to go to a funeral, they have to go and do this. I say, what? That's why I don't call politicians. I don't, you know, a lot. I mean, they say, well, priest boy, this and then next time, you know, when you actually check them, it's a different kind of sad story, and then some silliness and some different type of thing. And it is for us as a people to hold these people accountable. So when it is that we have a certain level, as the brother saying, self-reliance, right, whereby we take the initiative to do what we have to do to actually uplift ourselves, then when you hear that today, that St. Lucia is in a position whereby they have to be trying to import sugar, all the ministers of agriculture for the past 30 years supposed to be ashamed of themselves, right? To the extent that no long-term plan has been made, and we used to be providing the entire of Britain with sugar. Now we have to be importing sugar from Britain. It's a waste of time, man. Our people themselves, right now, it affords the citizens of St. Lucia an opportunity. The people with the land an opportunity. Plant sugar cane. So you want that. So if it is that now you don't have no sugar, why don't you say to yourself that for the next 5 years, we are going to strategically work towards sugar security, either by partnering with Barbados, Guyana, St. Kitts, any of these other countries that had a proper sugar producing machinery, and say, well, look, we are going to plant sugar, we are going to do this, we are going to have 100 acres of sugar cane, we are going to have 50 acres of dates, we are going to plant some agave plants, we are going to have some honey, we are going to work on making sure that we have honey. And even if it's white sugar you like, instead of importing beet sugar from England, you plant your own beets, right? And you process your own beets to make your own sugar, if it's sugar you want, right? So I'm saying that, not saying that I'm supporting using of sugar. I'm just saying that if you want chicken, grow your fowls. If you want lamb, have your sheep, right? If you want managed water, have your goats. You understand? So why is it that we cannot come to that level of intelligence, right? And initiate policies that are for the benefiting and for the upliftment of our people? Why can't we do that? So it is not something that's going to take forever. It is just that we have to invest the time and the energy and the brains into bringing it into fruition. They have too much empty land, man. It's a lot of empty land. And we're giving land to all type of people for ridiculous prices. Yet still, you're talking about importing sugar from Britain. None of our people are supposed to tolerate that. When people hear that on the news, you're supposed to have some level of protest. Not to go on the road and march, you know. Not to go on the road and march. I don't believe in that kind of protest, you know. Not to go on the road and march. Not to go on the road and march. Right? I'm talking about people coming together, put their heads together, and getting the land, planting the sugar cane, and doing the processing of it, and starting to make sugar locally in St. Lucia, and see whether or not the government is going to give you any kind of support when it comes to subsidies, tax-free, duty-free concessions, right? Help you now to actually be able to be a successful businessman. And if they don't help, you still be resilient and still have the fortitude to actually do whatever it is that you have to do. So at the end of the day, when it comes to night, we have to come out of that slavery kind of mindset, whereby we can plant sugar to make sugar cane for massa, but we cannot plant sugar to make sugar cane to make sugar for our own self, right? So we have to now import the same things that we used to produce from massa. Come on, man. Should be ashamed of ourselves, man. Yes, we have about 5 minutes. We'll take some phone calls. Let's put a number on the line that if whoever wants to give us a call could actually call us. You have about 5 minutes. If you want to make a contribution, 1-758-452-2693. We have 2 minutes. I'm taking my 2 minutes that was stolen from me in the program before that. So we have 7 minutes. So in the 7 minutes that we have, give us a call. Let us know what you think about that whole thing about St. Lucia having to import sugar from Britain. They're saying that they're waiting. Oh, don't worry about it. We're going to be getting sugar soon. By the mid of this month, in December, we're going to have sugar. We are importing sugar from Britain. Should be ashamed of yourself. Yes, caller, blessed. Yeah, man. What's that? I'm not hearing you properly. Turn on your TV and try to speak into the telephone properly. Go ahead. Green tea? I like some kind of feedback. I'm not hearing you properly at all. Yeah, green fig. I'm the green fig. Will be importing? Yeah, because right now, because the Tesco and Sainsbury and these markets are not buying it from England, from the UK again, and because the British market say that they're not giving us no preferential treatment, people stop planting. Yeah. 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 give thanks, my brother, for your contribution. The brother is saying soon you'll be importing green thing, and he's right. I have enough bananas on the mountain to satisfy myself and my family, right? But come on, like we used to have bananas that get ripe on the tree and fall. So he's saying soon St. Lucia will be having to import green bananas. You understand? A dry coconut is like $2-3 now. A dry coconut. One dry coconut is like $2-3 in the supermarket. Right? So we are living in abundance, whereby, yes, caller, blessed, give thanks. Yeah, man. Give, give thanks, my brother. Give thanks for the love. And definitely our time is about up. We have about 1 more minute. And that's the from the 2 minute. The 2 minute was taken from us initially. But I give thanks for all those callers who actually call. And remember, it's the principle is not about that I am here encouraging people to go and eat sugar. The thing about it is that the basic principle is that the Caribbean was known for producing sugar cane, sugar, to supply the whole of the United Kingdom and North America, right? And also Europe, okay? So then, right now, we have been independent of, we're not supposed to be importing no kind of sugar from Britain. None at all, right? We as a nation supposed to have invested enough in processing and manufacturing and in agriculture, agree with our culture to the extent that we have the sugarcane sugar, we have diversified to the growing of dates and have date sugar. We also have, we grow the agave, so you could do the agave syrup. We can do sugar from macambu or even mango, because there are so many mangoes spoiling. You could dehydrate it, you could pulverize it, and you could use it as a sweetener if you want. Right? Or we can use any other modality like your honey bees and all these different type of things. So there are ways that as a country, that the lack that we have, we begin to set what we call long-term plans, whereby we strategically invest in the youths, right? And then we say, well, now, as our government come into power right now, it's my government too, I mean, come on, I mean, I'm here in St. Lucia. By the next 5 years, if it is that this government decides to plant 100 acres of coconuts, before next election, they would have already been harvesting these coconuts, have a processing facility, bottle that coconut water in glass bottles, and have what you call a high-end fresh coconut water exported straight into the North American market, the European market. Soursop, do 50 acres of soursop, 100 acres of soursop, dehydrate it, do all type of things, use the leaf, make tea, use the seeds, make milk, whatever it is that you do. So I believe that we do have the potential as a people, but it is for us now, as the citizenry, that is really the governance, the government of the country, to help to guide our politicians on the right path, to utilize their intelligence, their education, their masters, their degrees, their BSs and the MSs and the PhDs, to help to bring St. Lucia to where St. Lucia really need to be. And stop being political. Be honest. And when it is a man do something good, say, my brother, you've done wonderfully. And if a man do some crap, say, brother, you do some crap there, you know, man. Step up yourself, pull up your pants and do better. Give thanks for all those of you that was with us tonight. And I do give thanks for all those people who actually called. And remember that St. Lucia is a place with highly intelligent people. Don't make anyone make you feel like you have to import no sugar from Britain. Let us start to organize, centralize, and move forward. Blessed love. Yes, brother, bro. Give thanks, my brother, for the love. Give thanks, Michelle. Give thanks, Julius B. I don't believe St. Lucia is out of sugar. What do they really want to import from Britain? Sugar. They said that they're going to be importing from Britain. Wisdom Pearl, give thanks. Tessel Eugene, give thanks. Give thanks for all those of you that was with us today. Writers, Lawyer 67, give thanks for the reasoning and the fruits of knowledge. May we manifest as a community. We must and we shall. Give thanks. Kent Sickbad, blessed love, honorable. Bam bam bam. Give thanks for all of those people. That was me first. Godfather, give thanks. Yes, brother bro, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for everyone that was with us this evening, and I pray that the Creator keep on blessing you. Sketch, Bash Mentat, give thanks. All those of you that was with us, and I pray that you share the message, share the word, and let us work together to create a world. Yes, writer Slayer 67, a better place. So this is not only unique to St. Lucia. This is something that is for all of us within the black world of people, the white world, the yellow world, and all the different worlds. Let us see how we as the people could actually work together to actually uplift ourselves. Stop waiting for these politicians, Judah PH7, blessed love, and all these different people to come and do what we can do for ourselves. Right? So give thanks for life and the mighty life giver. All prosperity, peace, and blessings to the eye and to the eye and to the eye. Blessed. Yes, I. Celestia the first. Give thanks. Queen. Give thanks, Queen.